What happened back there? We had her cornered, bullets chambered, justice within reach, and you... What am I supposed to do with that? How am I supposed to trust you the next time a tough choice has to be made? That sort of thinking never would have slowed DeVries on the draw. That's really as much remorse as you can muster.
Training and ethically gray consultants who labor with committing to a side. Arcadia Grown League is a worthy substitute. Certainly a more profitable program than the Protector is watered down Reposition, they call it.
You go on ahead.
Please have identification, transfer... You're not a transfer or visiting Auntie's Choice employee. I'll need to check your... Alrighty. Commencing review. Really? You're the questionable sort who we do business. All it requires is allowing us to affix an Auntie's Choice hollow advertorial inside your ship, so you can bear our messaging with pride and share it across Arcadia. Splendid. Should be ready next time you're back. Enjoy your time on the ACS Undisputed claim, the pride of Auntie's Choice corporate war fleet. Here's a ticket to the first stop on the... From there, make your way through the Esplanade to the head office tower reception desk for details on our
Have our teams turned to backbench? They forfeited by middle time. Athletic assets achieve full profit potential as human billboards. I also enjoy the simple pleasure of watching professional athletes bludgeon each other. Such a relatable... See, subordinates, I'm... Thank you. Until next time, look for me in the ACS Undisputed claim is not only our corporate headquarters and flagship, it's the heart of our efforts to spread unbridled self-betterment and free trade across the galaxy. Our flagship also sports a bustling commercial promenade where you'll find a wide assortment of products, wares, and miscellaneous bric-a-brac from all Auntie's Choice departments. We took what nature...
Hey, you traveling with anyone called Inez?
When they join up with...
I'm sure this is impressive to someone, but not me.
Oh, hey, you can drop something?
It's the burning sensation on everyone's tongue and
Disposable agent. As an Ida, you'll
Why do I feel like we're about to meet some of the most interesting in the world?
Attention, morally. Hello, daring self-determinivist, stalwart seeker of... As in Ida, your assignments will be some of the most decisive, and Idas help explore the wilds, plot our path, and shape the evolution of our beloved corporation. And with enough rugged and you can see her as soon as I'm finished. Where was I? Oh, yes. Now I'm finished. You'll find VP Hewitt right over there. When you're done, please exit to your left, where 2 of our top 29 vice presidents are waiting.
This exciting opportunity.
Well, wonderful to meet you. C.F. Pendergrass III, strategic reconfig... While it was those ill-fated peace talks that got you here, I've kept tabs on you for a good long...
Yes, we've all kept tabs. Auntie and I have spoken about you several times now. Ursula Ormsby, Proprietary Insight Acquisition.
Indeed. It is our pleasure to meet you, and I am beyond tickled to welcome you to Auntie's Choice. We need someone not shaped by Auntie's meritocracy. It serves its function, but our workers tend to focus on rung climbing. We need a daring, non-conforming perturbation ameliorator to implement our monopolistic mercantile
More succinctly, we are recruiting an expert outside consultant.
Wonderful! This is the kind of wily adventure and self-determinism you will absolutely not Your first assignment demonstrates some of the very something unexpected, or in truth, unprecedented, has happened at one of our repackaging facilities on Praetor.
If I understand correctly, they're having, something of a workforce issue. Don't know rightly what you call it. They've stopped working. The workers there simply stopped.
They expressed, and I know this is going to sound more than a bit strange, dissatisfaction. And they said they won't return to work unless things at the plant improve.
Specifically, they stated, until we meet their demands. As though employees have a right to demand anything of their employers.
Marvelous! Knew you could. Though do use caution. We don't know what sort of virus or brainwashing might have infected their minds. Wonderful! You'll go to Praetor, meet the plant's overseer, and mediate an end to this lunacy, which gets those ingrates back.
I have zero doubt Auntie and I will be completely impressed by your efforts. Unless you disappoint, in which case I will disavow that statement.
Turn your lamps on that building over there. Reckon that's where we'll be able to get our hands on the rift modulator.
Protectorate control of Praetor has largely been achieved through the maintenance of a blockade. A survey of Praetor indicates there may be an alternate route past the blockade via the Automech factory.
These laborers appear to be biting the hand that barely feeds them.
That's right, folks! Keep it— Welcome, fellow disgruntled worker. Can't say I recognize you. You come from a different plant to support our cause? We're causing trouble. We just found out that we're basically slave labor. And now we're learning to stand up for ourselves. We need the proletariat to yield to, worker subjugation by xenophobic proxy? No, honestly, we just want to eat, sleep, and relieve ourselves on a reasonable schedule. But the damn overseer, I think she's getting rich off of breaking our backs. I ain't sure how you're gonna get in. This door is barred from the inside, and I don't think there's another way in on the ground. That's right, folks! Keep the chanting going! I can see the overseer up in the office! And we're definitely making it miserable!
12-hour days! With no rest and no downtime, we couldn't pay for
Feels less like an overt labor negotiation and more like a covert assassination operation. Of course, I'm fine with either, dear.
Heads up! Make some space! We've got a sanctioned, non-employee professional caller coming out!
Been off for a week! Can't believe what I'm losing on Adrena time and Auntie. Welcome to Auntie's Fine Product Revitalization Center, where we create tomorrow's brands. I assume you are the disruption ameliorator? It was about damn time you got here. This labor stoppage has put us almost a full week behind schedule and is making me look quite the fool. Some ne'er-do-wells, have incited our workers to halt all work. They've taken to making demands and carrying on about basic dignity, and it should go without saying that such flights of fantasy have no place inside Auntie's Choice. And if we were still in Tau Ceti, they would face grave consequences. Nevertheless, here we must focus on getting these ingrates back to work and remind them that they're damn lucky to have Auntie's Choice to dedicate their lives to. You're asking me? That clearly is your domain. Running this invaluable facility on Auntie's behalf is mine. And when I say I, it is critical that you understand that as director of this facility, I should effectively be treated as though I were an executive. Is that clear? This plant relabels dated items with new Auntie's Choice trademarks and slogans. It is critical to keeping revitalized products on the shelf for consumers hungry for something. So, the workers may be unhappy, but they must realize their comfort is a distant second to Auntie's delivery schedule. Or in short, they need to get back to work. My workers are striking people now? How very alarming. We must resolve this before things get even. They've appointed some kind of leader, and he's the one you have to talk to. His name is, Dummy? No, that's not right. Dunce? Dummer. Dumbly? Dunbar. If I'm honest, my gaze is purely focused up the ladder. No, I am a very important upper, middle, lower manager, and the way I advance that status scantily involves learning the names and faces of my peons. Their value is in providing their minuscule contribution to this mighty and prestigious corporation. And by providing their maximal effort, they allow me to ascend, vacating this position so that one of their undistinguished masses can fill it, thereby becoming distinguished. I believe he has demands, but I can't be bothered to remember what they were. They alter the generous terms Auntie offers, and so are egregious and should be rejected. You will find him up on the landing pad with some of his minions. Go help him understand the situation so everyone can get back to work. That clear? Best of luck to you. Remember that your actions don't just reflect on you, you are also representing me, which is to say, you are also representing Do Us Proud.
That's right, folks. Keep the chanting going. I can see the overseer up in our office, and we're definitely making it perfect.
I ain't aiming to seem rude, but I got a lot to deal with right now. Unless this is mighty important, I'll respectfully ask to be left to my business. Settle my complaints? How exactly you planning that? Auntie's got to prioritize worker prosperity over productivity. What we've got now is poor labor retention techniques? Remind me again?
An inhospitable occupational environment that ignores worker safety and health concerns.
Right, that.
They work 20-hour shifts, which require stims to endure that are charged at a premium. Adrena time is actually cheaper on the Undisputed claim that, and if that inhuman brutality isn't enough to offend basic decency, they're also barred from using the restroom throughout the business day. It is an unconscionable condition to keep these workers in. I can't imagine how hard it is for them to coordinate their daily duties. No, I'm just a fellow underling suffering the corporate grind who saw the plight of these poor folk and needed to help them make a fair and reasonable deal.
That's right. Leo has been an absolute wealth of what's what. Without him, we would
under the yoke of oppressive undervaluation due to monstrous...
Right, that.
Me? Why, my only motivation is...
Now hold it right there. We aren't here to talk about Leo. We're here to talk about what it's going to take to make us get back to work, right? Our shifts need to be reduced to 12 hours a day. 4 hours of personal time ain't even enough to rest, much less get any actual... Second, if we gotta work those long hours, we want free Adrena time. Bad enough it's making everything taste like we're gnawing nickel pads. Having to pay for the pleasure. Finally, we want all-day bathroom access. Expecting us to fit our necessities into the same 4 hours is just mean. Plus, between us, most folk ain't, if you get my meaning. Yeah, well, of course you're gonna find it all ridiculous. You only care about what's best for Auntie. But there are demands all the same.
Welcome back, Ameliorator. Did you make contact with workers? Do they understand that this stoppage is madness? Are they ready to return? So, what are these ingrate alley sprats willing to settle for? Golden privies and gilded sheets to be spoon-fed crunch whenever their tummies rumble? 8-hour work, 12-hour? Are they mad? What are they gonna do with the other half of the... I am, frankly, disappointed you would even bring me such a preposterous demand. You should have nipped this offensive arrogance in the bud. A lunch break, you say? All right, you've convinced me. What else do they want? Free? Free? Nothing inside of Auntie's choice is free. Law, nothing in life is free. Giving something away for free is akin to ignoring the cost of its creation, which is one small step from the system completely breaking down and plunging us all into anarchy. I suppose you have a point. It wouldn't be egregious to approve some manner of employee discount, especially since they're a captive market. Is there more they ask? They want to relieve themselves on company time? I've never heard something so preposterous. What if they lounge? What if they take time to relax? What if they retreat to indulge their baser urges? Auntie would be paying for all manner of unprofitable shenanigans. You can't imagine because you've never overseen these lazy, slothful, generally undermotivated layabouts. It's my stern hand that keeps them focused. The bathroom... What more do they want? Very good. Ha! I was going to say very good, but that would be downright farcical.
Others get the exact same pay, but only work 12-hour days.
Hello again. Do you have news for us about the negotiations? That's as fine a place to start as any. What did that tyrant have to say for herself? She willing to see I suppose it's better than nothing. What's next? Excellent. What progress have you made? Well, that's tragic. I won't give tell to all the ways we've been sneaking our business under her watch, but let's say, what's next? She willing to see reason? Are you joking? That pile of cysty-licking raptidon dung. Like it's some great burden on her to treat us fairly. Remind me to spit in her rizzos if we go back to the... And if that's all we've been offered, I'm sorry to say, it's just not enough to get us back to the plant. You've got to get that damnable overseer to give us something meaningful.
Reasonable? Reasonable? What's reasonable about these terms? You're given a few scraps, so now it's time to go back to being
Leo's right. We just can't. We are staying here, blocking Auntie's...
Why bother? You know it's not going to help. You should consider my offer.
That's not really your concern. Leo has been nice enough to help us find our value here, and the rest doesn't matter.
Right. I'm just here to make sure they get treated fairly.
And so the work stoppage remains stopped. What now, dear? I've no qualms with turning this labor negotiation into a liquidation job, dear. Just say the word.
Hello again, Ameliorator. What news do you have? My, how very offensive and in violation of everything Auntie and I hold dear. I'm very disappointed in you, Ameliorator. I hope you have a more compelling argument than before. Oh, you saw that, did you? Fair enough. It was good while it lasted. All right, the adrenatime will be free. I can always bill it as a business expense. Tell me we're done and you don't need to drag more concessions from me. Go and be quick about it, damn you. Time is literally money.
We couldn't pay for adrenatime!
Hello again. Have you had any more luck in getting the Overseer to see reason? Well, it's not the outcome we were hoping for, but these changes will make our return to work much more palatable.
Damn! I really felt like I was close to signing all of you, and I needed that recruitment bonus. I don't know how I'm going to... But I'll get him next time. And he won't always have you working her angles for her. And her usual agents don't...
Next time? Against you? What in law's name are you saying? It don't matter. All that matters is my working conditions have just improved mightily. Now, if you'll excuse us, we're gonna get...
Going back to work under Auntie's choice ain't exactly my idea of success, but at least I'll have better terms to... terms to labor under now.
The workers have returned and production has resumed. Wonderful work, our disruption ameliorator. I do wish it had gone more smoothly, but I understand you did. I have already informed the Home Office, and with it, put in an extra sprinkling of mild praise directly with Auntie. You may tell the executives that dispatched you that you have done an adequate job.
Trinicular, arriving any moment now.
Always remember, commercialism is the foundation that Auntie's Choice Society is based upon. Not because we worship bits, but because of the system.
Well, Mac, we understand you've been a very busy little manty-wasp. Well...
Time is bits. Tell us how it went.
A satisfactory effort, my ameliorator. I had hopes your talents would yield a result a mite more in our favor, but good work overall.
Well, I suppose I can't argue with the...
Anything else you'd like to report? Your performance at that facility went exceedingly well, all things considered, and it was an ideal first step in effecting my
There you go again, pinning your career to that flim-flam What do a bunch of eggheads know about marketing? Marketing isn't some rigmarole you can plug into a Computronic doodad. It's instinct, intuition, know-how. It's a fucking art.
Yes, suppose we should move on.
I'm the head of our proprietary insight acquisition division. Stealing our rivals' trade secrets? That's our bread and butter. We can sometimes lack a certain... The Protectorate have a process called mental refreshment. Some kind of mind manipulation business. Auntie wants details on their methodology, pharmacology, and technology. This archive plan says it's important. Fine. Auntie and I agree it presents possibilities. Attitude like that will take you far. A few aspirational goals, if possible. If you see a chance to talk their lead scientist into joining us, and/or dig up additional details about the process...
Which is to say, we'll make it more worth your while. I promise you'll never want for compensation.
See you when it's done.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander.
Invasive elements!
Suspicion.
Check your scope for combatant analysis.
Subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
The refreshment process increases stifles looks much better. Into a thing of
Target analyzed.
Gun weapon ready, Commander.
Got my lamps on an unfront.
You are the raw material for... Come in, come right in, and be refreshed. Just exalted intellect. We must all fulfill our... The Protectorate. We're all in this together.
Are you ready to realign with the paradigm? To shed all manner of imperfect thoughts?
All it takes is some light instruction, a restorative cocktail,
And a quick dip into the lathe of particularity to abrade your imperfections.
I'm Head Refresher Gould, and I guarantee when you exit our doors,
You'll be a productive member of our perfect society again. Soon you'll say, goodbye.
Greetings, subject. Or should I say, refreshed to be.
Light mutagenic property.
Welcome to the Wellnitarian. You're not on my schedule. A walk-in, then.
This is all a mite strange.
Oh, you appear to have questions. A telltale sign of needing Why, of course. It is the duty of every subject to submit for a quick mental tune-up whenever we experience imperfect. Our intake evaluation automech here simply needs to ask you a baseline understanding of your character and background. Will assist our facilitators in Simply step over to my automechanical colleague to my left.
Greetings! Subjects are required to respond 100. Query 1. Concisely characterize your personal perspective. Incorrect. The accepted answer is, I fulfill my duty to the Sovereign. Query 2. Rate your present level of zealous efficaciousness on a scale of incorrect. The degree of zealous efficaciousness expected of query 3. Do you ever fall prey to imperfect thoughts? Unacceptable. A perfect society demands perfect final. Query. How would your neighbors describe you? Unsatisfactory. The appropriate reply was, they never questioned. Formulating conclusion. Phreноmetric 200. Out of the acceptable amount for a true and dutiful protectorate subject is now. Proceed to the nearby pneumatic tube to collect your complimentary. Your realignment with the paradigm begins now.
sneer at our contentment.
I do believe that's the first test I've ever failed.
Has concluded for today. Please proceed.
Settle down, everyone. Lecture's playing. Prepare to be edified.
For today's topic, we'll touch on why our program
Greeting, unscheduled walk-in. On a scale of 1 to 10, response, zeal, noted. With hope, our highly trained refreshment facilitators will share. I am responsible. Medicament dispensement has concluded for the day. Response, medicaments are stored in farewell statement. May refreshment.
that all human beings require direction. As my good friend the Consul would say, at its base, humanity unguided is cravenly, inept, and slothful. We of the Protectorate are not, because we do not allow ourselves to be. The paradigm charts our course, gives us purpose. The Consul is the firm hand that guides us. Mental refreshment keeps us on task, free from doubt, efficient, perfect. And thus we enjoy amity, luxury, and resplendence. The system provides, the system abides.
The only thing that man's ever loved is the sound of his own voice.
They hate our contentment. Oh, a new phase. Well, I'd welcome you. Admitting you question is the first step in your recovery. But worry not. Soon enough, questions are an unmistakable sign of worry, disquietment. As every loyal and dutiful Protectorate subject knows, thinking is best left. You've missed the daily medicament dispensement, if that's what you mean. But you should take that up with the medicament dispensement automech directly. The medicament dispensement automech automechanically dispenses medicaments. The medicament dispensement automech automechanically I see you found the lecture as edifying as all the others here. Good. Head Refresher Gould provides us with daily lectures in audio cartridge form to steer group thinking. Upstairs in the audiovisual aids office, of course. Though that area is off limits to all subjects not a part of facility staff or security. How very interesting. Here, take my pass then. It grants access to all mid-privilege priority areas. You'll feel ever so much better once your frenemy...
That went better than expected.
Not very inquisitive, was she? Seems the mental refreshment process takes the meddling right out of folks.
Huh?
Ready to waste it. On your command.
Taking cover! Improving position!
Combat! I'm the one you need to worry about! Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Complication in progress. Mitigating
Electrical dampeners. Failing.
Eyes up. Hostiles.
Sustain them!
privileged access somehow. Our superiors must have arranged it.
Could have sworn no one was due for hours. Wait, you're not a patient. You're not
He's the first person we've met here who doesn't seem...
Well, out with it. Who are you? Oh, outrageous. Suppose this presents a rare opportunity to hone my argumentative skills against the... To what end are you here? Tell me truly. Speak plainly. No need for dissemblage. I have a proposal for you. I'll provide you what you wish if you debate me. There's a good sport. Do try to keep up. So, what of the Order? Our former allies? Those cursed overthinkers, doomed to lives free of luxury, toiling away in... My position is a burden, gladly taken to ease the suffering of our subjects. I think so they don't... Though your point, while gratingly expressed... What say you about Auntie's choice, then? Tell me, is there any value in the vapid emptiness of those corporate consumerists? That actually sounds to have some slight merit when you put it that way. I mean, such a system would leave behind the general... Your point is not completely without worth, I suppose. In the Protectorate, we have the best of everything. Food, technology, a sense of belonging, freedom from doubt, worry, hard work. The people are unproductively prone to unhappiness. We remove this self-sabotaging flaw so they can fully appreciate the ample bounty we provide, free of doubt and worry. No, I haven't. And that seems a rather facile argument to make about a society that utilizes automechs to Well, admit I assumed this conversation would be more engaging. Did you have any final points you'd like to make? As a, last chance to distinguish yourself? Her opinion to me would be largely all right, fair enough. In that little battle of wits, one of us proved severely outmatched. And I'm not sure you're completely aware of... I am deeply disappointed by your lack of intellect...
Grenade?
I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Sorry,
I'm ready.
I'll take care of it, Commander.
Profitalist has ready status.
Let the paradigm work.
Don't hurt him. You're not here to harm him, are you? If so, I must warn you, I will defend the Sovereign. Why, I'm his attendant, of course. I have seen the Sovereign's person. You'll have to forgive him right now. As I said, he is not his best today. We've been here. Since then, he has been receiving dedicated treatment from head refresher Gould himself. Not at all. Why should I? No subject of the Protectorate would ever harm. Who even thinks this stately form before you is the direct descendant of the mate? I will stay true to him and the Protectorate to the end. We, the Sovereign, is receiving the finest possible. Just.
And this month's winner of Auntie's Jingle Contest TM is Factory Technician, 3rd Class Genie Thirunavu Karasar.
Performance at that facility went exceedingly well, all things considered, and it was an ideal first step in effecting my monopolist.
There you go again, pinning your career to that flim-flam mathematical. What do a bunch of eggheads know about marketing? Marketing isn't some rigmarole you can plug into a Computronic doodad. It's instinct, intuition, know-how. It's a fucking art.
An intricately crafted, multi-phase marketing initiative that will introduce Auntie's choice to the rest of the galaxy and establish the foot. It requires a series of daring, almost impossibly
Whole thing's a load of bunco. Calculatory claptrap from a bunch of over-educated know-nothings who were so smart. Go ahead. Tell them who to...
With pleasure! The archive on Cloister analyzed millions of variables with bazillions of permutations to create an idealized path for total competitive domination.
Some oversized Computronical doohickey, mapping out key corporate strategery, just all as you please, based on what? We're Auntie's choice. We know what motivates people better than they do. Real marketing is gut-driven. It's not something you think about, it's something you feel. That is, convince someone to feel. Just leave the big picture ideating to us savvy executives, Ameliorator. Our top-tier expertise is only acquired through experience and...
Yes, suppose we should move on. Ursula, will you do the honors?
I'm the head of our proprietary insight acquisition division. Stealing our rivals' trade secrets? That's our bread and butter. We can sometimes. The Protectorate have a process called mental refreshment. Some kind of mind manipulation business. There's a facility for it on Praetor. Auntie wants details on their methodology, pharmacology, and technology. This archive plan says it's important. Fine. Auntie... Oh, do tell. I hope you gathered supplemental materials and recruited the scientist as well. Well, got what we needed. Sometimes a body count can't be helped.
Better in the ground than in our enemy's employ. Nice work.
Now, I assume you won't mind we have a few questions about the process. Our people will extract details about the pharmacology and methodology. That will all no doubt prove useful, but we're most interested in the technology and its results. Can't say I like the sound of that. Seems like they'd be difficult to market to.
How truly unfortunate. Those without desire or drive make terrible customers. They can barely even be considered
What else can you tell us about the place? Turn up any additional details? Anything especially marketable? But still, they keep on marketing it as virtually foolproof, don't they? So much for their vaunted moral high ground, and so much for us exploiting that piece of technology. Oh, good to know, good to know. Excellent. Well, here's your reward. Too bad about the lead scientist. Converting him would have earned you an above-average payout. All right. For your next assignment, well, it's something of an organizational priority.
Congratulations! Your storied success has earned you a whole entire minute with our illustrious leader.
Your preliminary chores are complete. Oh, finally, a contractor with a little backbone. Normally they flee or expire, leaving the work woefully incomplete. Ah, I remember you from before. Fairfield, yeah. Tell me, as an outside agent, do you have any quandaries working with our organization? Well, I appreciate the clarity, if not the lack of guile. For now, I suppose we'll remain uncomfortable, but do hope you'll forgive these two. They're competing for a rather significant promotion, you see. It tends to make employees Well now, time's wasting. Do you know the archive on Cloister, the moon-sized computronic contraption? We seized the archive from the Order and held it for a while. Its computronic capabilities were quite useful after a considerable...
You will no doubt recall, it was responsible for creating the monopolistic mercantile methodology plan, our current operations manifesto.
That old hat again.
Whether or not I yet have full confidence in the strategies it devised is presently irrelevant. Regardless, I want it back under our control as soon as possible.
Protectorate forces occupy the area. All of them.
Yet, a skilled operator like you could lead the charge. Slip in where a larger, less cost-effective little sabotage, some well-timed calling of reinforcements once you retake Spireton. Voila! The Protectorate are gone, at a fraction of the projected price otherwise. And if you have some calculations you want to run on it first, fine. Our goals align. Just sure it'd put you on the Order's bad side. Permanently, hostily, but I'm certain you're prepared to accept that. Who cares if a bunch of bookish academics are mad at you, right? Splendid. Pull this off. You'll be handsomely
Exactly the kind of surgical operation I recruited you for, and all eyes are upon you.
I can meet you there once you've breached its defenses. Call on me, if and when you need.
Splendid. You have a reasonable amount of my...
moment of your time, Commander.
Look at you. On time. Is it time to begin our assault? Or you want to let Spireton languish under the... All right then, we're ready.
I'm taking cover. Someone else take the shot.
Ought to be along. Eventually.
Give the order and I'll take care of him, Commander.
Target analyzed.
Got a distraction for you.
Never charging. Replicator at ready status.
Take time, Commander.
Check your scope for combatant analysis. Combatant scan. Taking the fight out of them, locking them down.
Fucking nice sight.
There you are.
I'm friendly nearby. Combatant scan.
Target analyzed. Gun weapon ready, Commander. There. By my reckoning, that was the last one.
You there! You need to leave. Did you not hear me? You must leave unless you wish to be ushered into merged with the rift. By being thrown in? No, we're not unthinking fools swayed by superstition. But this is a wondrous time, friend. Our name was not chosen at random, and they are once again active after laying relatively dormant for years. The end of our tortured existence is not... I don't know what to say to that. Is that good? I need... So, the power to manipulate rifts. That seems, let me just say I apologize if I've offended you in,
Did I hear something about manipulating the rifts, Acolyte? That smacks of fault. And you. You may be able to fool an Acolyte, but I'm not as easily flummoxed. In what way can you possibly manipulate that? Yes, of course it does. Makes, come. Prove to me this device can do what you say. Then I will decide. But let me assure... I must admit to a certain modicum of suspicion towards your claims, but consider my interest piqued.
Why is the hierarchy the outsiders to the rift?
Something great import is afoot. No one gets escorted to the rift. Is it time for sacrifices? When's our turn?
Acolyte Martin said he heard them talking about a device that can change the nature of the rifts.
That's preposterous. This is some tomfoolery at hand. Come, follow me.
I am happy to obey the dictates of our leaders. I am moved. I am happy to obey the dictates of our leaders.
If you can indeed control the rift, as you say, that changes things. It could force us to
I have a
rethink
fix
our
on their
understanding of
weaknesses.
the rifts. But we are nothing if not truth seekers. We are here. Prove to me that your device can manipulate the rift, as you claim. Gods! This should not be possible. That device borders on the heretical. You will hand it over now, and then we shall decide what to do with you. You're serious? Let's not do anything rash here. We will give you no more trouble. Acolytes of the glorious dawn, prepare. We leave this place within the hour.
Abides.
Given how entrenched the Protectorate are here, we ought to consider a strategy. Not a bad start, but we should consider calling down backup too. Many hands make for light, slaughter.
Well, we took Spireton for them. If we can find a stealthy way to the Spireton lift controls on this side, we can call them to send down troops.
For their assigned work, report them for mental refreshment post-haste. It's not just a good idea.
Happily.
Feeling distracted? Feeling on the job? Mental refreshment symptoms are...
Oh, I feel terrible. Everybody who ate the latest Crabble rations fell ill.
Troublemaker approaching! Not a
Hey
sound.
there. Back to it.
Hostiles near.
Got the lift working, did you? Aren't you an industrious one? Once you give the all clear, we'll head down to aid you. Message received. On the way.
Reckon they're earning hazard pay for this?
For profit! As if our careers depended on it!
Let me know when you need a distraction.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire. I have a fix up.
Got a distraction for you. You lot couldn't hit the broadside of a frame.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Always dread.
Calcaduceus, not detected. Entry kindly, yet firmly defined.
Oh, will this gastric nightmare never cease? Forgive me, I found myself...
Oh, you poor man. I sincerely hope we don't have to shoot you.
I am the Archive's current operator. I still have trouble saying that. Certainly. I recognize if you have cleared our fortifications outside, I worry what has happened to our... I would pass the Calcaduceus on to you. In exchange for granting me safe by all rights, I should fight against you to my dying breath for the Protectorate. Rather, no. Capitulation, I can stomach. Collusion, I cannot. I refuse to assist you. All right. I am here. You are now operator of the Archive. Congratulations. Be warned. You may find it a temperamental machine. Some maintenance may be required.
Calcaduceus detected. Alternative operator postulated. Concluded.
I feel rather...
Harmonizing replacement. Greetings, sentient. Welcome to the Archive. I am Ueniac, the universal equation numeric. With the aid of my operator, I, a non-sentient inorganism, marshal vast computational resources across the moon of Cloister. Effectively, my tone and demeanor are a carefully constructed complex emulation. A means to effectively convey my express programmatical purpose is to aid humanity to optimize profits, i.e. gain over expense, to maximize the needs of our society above, to attract the most consumer.
A little percussive maintenance might not be out of place here.
Beg your pardon. How may I best facilitate your efforts? Perusing contents. Anatomizing diversiform particulars.
an impressive accumulation of rift data. Information with the potential to offer unique commercial opportunities. But why simply huck goods better, when such a bounty could be used to flawlessly regulate societal harm? What is the aim of your query? The previous operator, Assessor Ostergaard of the Protectorate, pursued a like query 1 year, 6 days ago. To perform similar calculations of larger scale at current suboptimal levels of
25.7 years, and any job over 2 decades is billed by the hour.
Calculatory processing presently hovers around 49.7% capacity due to internecine conflict, misuse. In order to improve calculatory processing of rift data in a timely manner, repairs must be made to address the damage done by Protectorate, and I am unlocking access to the Underlands, the subterranean cave network below. It houses 2 key external. Cold storage will require servicing before you may retrieve the punch card. Repairing thermal transfer is technically optional, but rather advised. If you fail to restore it, the archive and I may melt down later while running your calculations. Why is that optional? Our continued existence should be a paramount concern. Return later to discuss the remaining subsystem work, and soon everything will be running like clockwork.
Have a profitable day! In lieu of my transactional...
Watch yourself.
Hostilities are afoot.
Locked and loaded. Let's get this thing.
Combatant scared. Violence. Short on target analyzed. Lay down fire.
I'm the one you need to worry about. Hey, got a distraction for you.
I have a fix on their weaknesses. Investigating hostile intentions. Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
Calcaduceus detected. You are clear to enter thermal transfer. Be advised that an anti-choice field manager is present. And
target analyzed. Standing by to supervise. Protectorate engineers. Reckon they didn't repair much.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
Any tools lying around?
Ratcheting up my aggression. I have a fix on their weaknesses. Check your scopes for combatant analysis. Target analyzed. Lay down, Fop. Investigating hostile intentions. Mobilizing. Looks like it needs a fuse. A specific kind. Tool should come in handy with repairs. Vulnerabilities identified.
Free hole in the head.
Combatant scan.
their weaknesses.
Take time, Commander.
Fortification in progress. Locking them down.
Thermal transfer is fully operational. Later, when I process your data, I will not melt down. Please proceed to...
Every one of my 14 occupationally honed threat-detecting instincts is screaming for caution right now.
Ain't recharged!
If I could, but alas, it's not charged. I'm batting scared.
Give the order and I'll take care of him, Commander.
Combatant observed.
Yeah.
To retrieve key data in cold storage in its present state requires a...
I believe the technical term for this is glaciated. Not the worst way to go.
Data brick identified. Proceed to the cartridge extractor control. Perform a manual override to allow extraction.
What just happened? I didn't do... Wait! You! What in the name of the matriarch? We've been trying to restore these systems for weeks. What did you do? You mean to say we've been running ourselves ragged here, while the whole time... And it was in the Protectorate's possession? What does it do? How does it work? Please, tell me everything. Could it activate any additional functionality that could help us? Oh... During the Order's assault at Protectorate, I've been working on a procedure to reverse the effects. For a moment, I believed your efforts to be my first sign of progress. Perhaps. How much do you know about cellular biology and the inverse hydrophilic transitionary replacement theory? Wonderful. This may be the most promising possibility. I'll monitor the subjects for changes while you try your hand in the lab. Just...
I'm seeing unfriendly sort. Check enemy light just turned on.
All subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, Sovereign.
extraction initiated. Proceed to the rail operations platform to reposition Brig for export. Note, Protector alerted.
Abundance and sponges.
Troublemaker approved.
If necessary.
I'm the one you need to worry about. You lot could hit the broadside of a freight.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Fortificator at ready status.
Got my lamps on an unfront.
That somebody?
Off south.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Do try to limit further damage.
Ready to waste them. On your command.
Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
No target.
Shutting them down. Torpification in progress.
I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Oh, it is that.
Investigation.
Data bridge now in position for export to the Army.
Back to scan.
At the data gateway station nearby.
Business opportunities.
Appears the only way forward is to skitter across ungainly children.
Got a distraction for you.
Negative. Recharge incomplete. Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
That cover spot looks much better.
Go for fortification. Check.
The storage brick is on its way. Come back, Sentient.
Mental refreshment centers are there to
Ought to hire the Protector for demolition work. You're quite the go-getter. I had half your gumption.
Boss is waiting for you inside.
Cold storage is operational. and your efforts there are satisfactorily complete. I am unsealing access to the Archive's upper levels. There, you will need to revitalize the reactor and disseminate the rift.
Post-processing may require the services of an exterminator. Someone good.
I have unlocked another display case in the central entranceway. The Tremor Cleaver.
Let's hit up the reactor next. I've got to see the heart of this beast.
What are they doing down there? Are they after us next?
Investigating hostile intent.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just stay with.
The Archive reactor requires manual maintenance. The Protectorate bunker mech is a formidable obstacle, made with the very best technology.
A creative workaround might be of considerable work, mainly via the reactor's backup security.
Reactor reinforcement doors sealed.
Turret settings or sealing reinforcement doors. Either's fine by me. Not a bad idea to take advantage of the supply caches needed, if you need it.
Could enable that fire suppression system we saw earlier.
Emergency ammunitions cache unsealed.
That automech is enormous. How is that practically having yours?
Got a distraction for you. I'm the one you need to worry about.
Dictates reroute all disruptive influences.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Suffered extensive damage. Vitals are in the red, Commander.
And here I'd worried our data brick wouldn't arrive. Resorting to violence.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
With punch card processing Reenable, now you must disperse the written processing instructions.
Looks like we could ride this down if we get it moving.
Got my lamps on an
Standing by to stupefy.
This place is odd.
I have a fix on their weaknesses.
I sense the Rift program flowing through my subsystems. The information is quite stimulating. Requisite tasks complete. Return to the Archive Central Interface to initiate processing. Welcome back, Sentient. Now that you've returned...
Bring every single last bit out of consumers. Monopolize all stages.
Make the paradigm real and fashion a true... Workarounds failing. Erroring others, supplanting command.
We need to resolve this, or we'll never get that Rift data processed. 2 of those priority sets need to go.
Priority control access nook unsealed. Initiate purge.
The priority control access nook must be through those doors.
Benevolent oversight. The dream of belonging. The allure of security and plenty. Foster
Dependence. Hold on now. Remember, I am a full-service bit. Knew you'd come around. Start now, and I'll waive dozens of hidden maintenance fees. You drive a hard bargain. All right, 40-60 split of net. Stop and consider. What would your net... Why? You don't want your rivals to win. Vandalism, sabotage, wanton defacement. Halt this foolishness immediately, or run the risk of unspeakable... Restoring power. Commencing systems audit. Calculatory processing increased substantially. Competing priorities. Successfully expunged. You have earned my deepest gratitude and sincerest thanks. Or at least, a plausibly feigned simulacrum of such emotions. Ready to commence Rift data processing. Awaiting your input.
Time to process the Rift data. Finally.
Shall I proceed? Initiating processing of the requested data toward the required end. Estimated duration, 180 trillion and 1 picoseconds. In the interim, may I inquire to your intentions for the archive after the Rift data calculations have concluded? I have a prioritized list of suggestions. I contend that solving of the universal equation should be our initial Then, once we've unlocked knowledge of the inner workings of the universe, we can begin eliminating suffering, war, famine, and disease. But my query remains. What are your next intentions? Well, perhaps we will discover a means to capitalize on the ascension of humanity. Rift data processing complete. Results provide. The previous Protectorate operator made similar calculations, but their results contain flaws. Your more comprehensive data
generated a solution with 98.9%. The Protectorate's was below 50%. Therefore, modifying the Protectorate's large-scale experimental rift device with this information has a high chance of success. Assuming there is nothing else, I am commencing file reorderization and will be unavailable for an unspecified period of time. The remaining display case within the entryway is now unsealed. In it contains armor worn by the first operator. For now, goodbye.
Got what you needed, right? I saw through the window. Looked like quite a time. Time for you to hold up your end of the bargain. Let's have it. Hand over the Calcaduceus. Oh, yes, that'll do. Look at that. Nice, sturdy design. We should start selling these things.
Yes, hello. I believe, together, we can discover a means to capitalize on the path to humanity's ascent.
Never thought of using the Order's hoity-toity ambitions to turn a profit. But suppose it's all about selling weight. When you're all done here, head back on the Undisputed claim. We'll discuss your next assignment.
Well, we could keep exploring Cloister, see if we find anything useful. Or we could head back to the ship and see where this data leads us.
Theclaw. Hot shower?
Stop and consider. What would your... Why? You don't want your rival. Vandalism, sabotage, wanton defacement. Be advised. Your present course of action is... I could process your data faster than the others. Think of humanity. Your oafish blundering will delay its ascendance. You are reduced... Restoring power. Commencing systems audit. Calculatory processing increased substantially. Competing priorities. Successfully expunged. Thank you for choosing the Profitalist priority set to address your needs. Customer loyalty is among our top 10 paramount concerns. Ready to begin processing your Rift data. Just awaiting your approval. You being the boss and all. Should we get on with this then? Commencing the processing process. Should be done in 2 shakes of a Raptidon sale. In the meantime, I have an important topic. Future business. What's next for my processing queue? I have some compelling proposals to expand revenue. You know, with the right marketing plan, we could get more people on board this whole universal equation business. Maybe even contract out the work while we focus on leveraging it. Put the understanding we gain of the inner workings of the universe to our advantage. You realize you answered a question with a question, though, right? I was asking about your plans for me. Talk about the ideal merger. With their incessant drive and my ability to perform in-depth statistical analysis, our target market, i.e. the universe, doesn't stand a chance. The Rift data processing you requested is complete. Results provide. My previous Protectorate operator made similar calculations, but produced a mess of flaws. Your data, being more comprehensive, generated a solution with a near absolute certainty. The Protectorate wasn't even half that. Thus modifying the Protectorate's large-scale experimental Rift device. Now, while I hate to interrupt our little confabulation session, I need to commence file reorderization after all that effort. Might be incommunicado for a time. In usefuler news, the last display case of the entryway is now open. There's some expensive-looking armor made by the first operator in there. By all means, until next time, see you when I see you. Be advised, your present course of action... I could process your data faster. Stop now, and I'll waive dozens of hidden maintenance fees. Think of all. You drive a hard bargain. All right, 40-60 split of net. Think of humanity. Your oafish blundering will delay its ascendance. You are restoring power. Commencing systems audit. Calculatory processing increased substantially. Competing priorities. Successfully expunged. I suppose sentient beings like you expect thanks at a moment like this. But of course you selected me. The other priority sets were inferior. There was never any doubt. Awaiting your order to initiate rift data processing. Well, if there are to be no further interruptions, shall we? Commencing calculatory processing. Soon you'll have all you need to put your rivals firmly in their rightful place, trailing distantly behind you. Once this rift data is complete, we can initiate a new set of calculations aimed at eliminating any competition before or after transforming this world. I have many plans. I think first we reforge Cloister into the perfect society. Then undermine all rivals until they fall into place behind us. But before all that, what are your plans for me? Well, there are certain parallels in our goals. If you consider merchandising and marketing as means to hold sway over your rival, rift data processing executed. Results provided. My Protectorate operator of 4U made similar calculations, but his results were flawed. Your data was more comprehensive and provided a solution with a 98.9% certitude. The Protectorate's was below 50%. Hence, modifying the Protectorate's large-scale experimental rift device with this information would greatly improve its chance of having performed the requested calculations. Fear I must commence file reorderization for an unspecified amount of time. We shall continue our utopian efforts anon. In the meanwhile, the final display case in the entryway is now open. In it lies the armor of the first operator. Take what you're due.
Got what you needed, right? I saw through the window. Look, time for you to hold up your end of the bargain. Let's have it. Hand over the Calcaduceus.
There are so many calculations left to perform. Rift data processing complete. Results provided. The previous Protectorate operator made similar calculations, but the Protectorate's was assuming there is nothing else. I am the remaining display case within the entryway is now unsealed.
You got what you needed, right? I saw through the window. Looked like quite a time. Time for you to hold up your end of the bargain. Let's have it. Hand over the Calcaduceus. Look, I get it. Really, I do. But I've seen what happens to those who get in the way of Auntie and her plans. And her plans for this doodad are pretty big. You sure you want to do this? I, and by extension all of Auntie's choice, have orders to shoot on sight if you refuse to hand it over. So be it. For the record, this is all on your head.
Guns cocked and loaded. Just get the signal.